Meanwhile, joining us now, Tesla shareholder Emil Michael. Emil, look, if the vote goes the way we think it will by 4:30, then all looks good for Elon. But if the vote doesn't go that way, how devastating would that be for the company?
It would be pretty devastating, big time devastating. You know, you're talking about not only the stock run up you're seeing today, but I think earlier in the week everyone was starting to feel, shareholders, that this vote was going to pass, because they talked about the percentage of retail voters that already submitted and were voting in favor. So the whole run up in the last week or so has been due to this. And I think what you also will see if this doesn't pass is a real worry about the Delaware courts and their uncleared verdicts and what that might do to other corporations.
That's a good point. Emil, on January 15th of this year, Elon Musk tweeted about this particular issue, and I'll just share some of it with you. He said, "I'm uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having 25%, just about 25% voting control." He goes on to say, "I'd prefer to build products outside of Tesla," and he's intimating, you know, unless he has that control. So he put this out there in January, pretty much letting people know that, look, if I don't maintain control, this is what's going to happen. And I imagine that would make some uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt that not only is the stock price at Tesla valued on the financials and how they perform and how many cars they deliver and the future innovations on self-driving and robots, but they're based on Elon being the leader who drives that, who's proven time and time again across his companies from SpaceX to X to Neuralink that he is one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our generation. And he's signaling there that, you know, if Tesla doesn't honor the pay package due to this court judgment, I'm going to go spend my time innovating elsewhere, which is actually what I think he'd do if he loses his vote today.
Speaking of innovating elsewhere, Musk says he's got all the support he needs to move the company to Texas. To me, that sort of looks like the future, Emil. Get out of places like Delaware where the judges are activists. Go to Texas. I mean, the governor was rolling out the red carpet for Musk. What do you make of that?
I mean, you know, it's a big blow to Delaware. Delaware has been known for decades as the incorporation state because of the stability in the law, the clarity, and the non-activism of the judges, very business-minded. And here you have one of the greatest really reversals of that sort of reputation ever in Delaware history. And they were going to pay the lawyers. The lawyers asked to be paid $5 billion because they represented a shareholder who owned 9 shares of Tesla. So Texas, it passes laws, Florida that passes laws that make this kind of thing clearer for companies. It is the future.
One analyst that we follow that covers the Tesla stock says that if the vote goes this way, it removes about a $20 to $25 per share overhang on the stock. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's already gone, you know, $10, and I think there's absolutely $25 if you think about 10, 12%. As a shareholder, I personally believe that this sort of, in the long term, looks like a double in the stock with Elon there versus not Elon there. That's how important this is when you think about humanoids, self-driving cars. Elon in August is going to big announcement about self-driving cars and robotaxi, he calls it. So I think that's a low estimate.
Emil, when it comes to humanoids, we'll make sure to have you back. Really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Well, they can fold your laundry. I think we'll all love one of those in our office.